course, Zulf has been here for a long while, and I know he doesn't work formally for Messi now, but he has all the knowledge, because he worked for 10 years in the International Student Office. And there's one chap, you know what he said when he came here? He said, Dr. Saab, मुझे एक टांग पे खड़े कर दो 3 साल, मुझे सिर्फ PhD चाहिए, 3 साल में खड़ा रहूंगा बस.
No, I tell the real story. What do you want to do? I said, I want to do a PhD. PhD in what? I said, I just want to do PhD. He said, okay, मैंने तो जैसे ही और ना किसी ना.
None of these Pakistanis, when they come, when you ask them, I mean, this is, I get annoyed sometimes. Ask them, well, what can you do? They say, I got a master. Then I ask again, well, what can you do? I got a master, you know? But this is it. This is not the way you talk. If I ask you what you do, you don't tell me you got a degree, how many bloody, papers you got. Tell me what can you actually do. And I had 2 or 3 students, people who wanted a job with me here. Now when I interview them, they just keep saying the same old thing, this is what I've done. As if you like in Pakistan, they talk, oh, PhD, as if you know every damn thing you don't. So here, we got to be humble. In New Zealand, one of the things you do is humble. What can you actually do, And beauty is, with the PhD particularly, is what we call on the hands and knees. You work, 3 years of research, whereas nowhere else is done like that. So here you actually earn your degree. Literally you earn your, and you publish and all sorts of things. The thing is, it's not going to happen easy. If you're going to do it hard yard, and you will be successful, and you do well. But be proud, as I said, I want you to feel that you are top ranger. It wasn't easy. We have come out here, God knows how many difficulties there are. Many of you come from rural, villages, and I identified with us. One day I'll write a book too and tell the story. Things that how I came about here, how I came back from the village.
Can we finish with a lighter story about Dr. Saab? Because when he got married, he told obviously that I'm a big professor at Messi University. So she came along alone from Pakistan, and one day she came to visit him at the institute, and he was teaching his students hearing that long thing and some instruments in the hand, and she went back home and started crying. And he asked, what happened? She said, "Tu the kana suna professor."
So this is why, as I said, on hands and knees, particularly in engineering or agriculture, these are things you do it with hands. And that's what the beauty of New Zealand is, that we do things with hands. This man has done his work with hands and tissues and creating new things. Here we are now, I don't know whether you heard about number 8 wire in agriculture. Number 8 wire means, these fences, when you go around the countryside, you see the fences, that size of the wire is the number 8. So it's and that is mean that you can do it yourself. You don't need a big lab. And the way we develop our technology, you wouldn't believe it, just space like this, and you develop that thing with international stuff. You can do it. But, you don't need a big lab, millions of dollars. You can do it locally. A lot of times, my daughter, as I said, she's now the company, we've got a company, IT company, and they started from the garage, And now, alhamdulillah, they have clients all over the world. They've got offices in here, and in Saudi Arabia, and Pakistan. Because you work, you can do it. And you can all do it. That's the beauty of it. You all have such a great skill. And the thing is, I would say, we're not going to go back. Honestly, those who have to go back because of scholarship condition, otherwise you got to. So start doing it now. Don't delay it for 10 years, and contribute, start publishing, if you have some designs, bring them up. And we have fantastic stories here like honey, manuka honey. One of the Palestinian students got it started in Waikato University. These kind of things. This feta cheese came out here from your heart, what the milk circulates here. Again, one of the Muslim students. So we have actually Pantera and contributed millions of dollars from little things. Because as we expanded in the world,
halal food trade, global trade, came from us.
So, but what I'm saying in terms of innovation, sometimes they're considered little, but they're not. Because once you convert that into export, a lot of our things we do in New Zealand, particularly manufacturing, are growing crops and fruit and all that. It's only we do it because we can see the export market. In New Zealand, we only eat what we produce, and only 8% of the total food we produce, only 8% is consumed locally. The rest of it all goes overseas. That's where our income comes.
Yeah.
So, and we don't do it if we don't see a market, we don't do that. And alhamdulillah, you guys are at the top. This is my message: is you guys are the top rank. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You didn't take such a risk. Come this far, and you spend money away from parents and families. It's a big struggle. And but you can do it. And finally, I would say, I have to say this thing. A lot of our people, unfortunately, we exaggerate. We think we know it all. And I have heard this thing during the country. We know everything, but we really don't. Within 6 months, you'll see we don't really know it all. But then in our brain, somehow we know it, we don't. So here, be humble. And if you hear something you have to do, be humble. Because New Zealand is one of the quality we have is being humble. Whatever levels you do, you be humble. And don't try to cheat your way, because that doesn't work. Here we say, if you do things wrong, you will be caught. You will be caught.
Yeah.
And you will be, pay for it. Your future will be known. Yeah, a good example of one of the, chap in the Christchurch at his place in Lincoln. The people that do wrong, it will be caught, and you will be in trouble. So do it straight. Be proud who you are, and no hesitation. Yeah, I'm Pakistani and proud of my religion and all that, but don't go extremes. Extreme again, that's the wrong thing. You're going to get caught. And we had some people here, I can tell you, they've been caught, deported. And here we, alhamdulillah, we've got the best country in the world, and you have the potential to contribute for your sake, for your children's sake, future. Promote yourself, and at every level, not only just what you do, your science and whatever, but also, as I said, contribute to your local communities. And that's what I say to these people who've been around a long time. To grow up. You can do it. You can all do it.